requirements.
Okay.
Okay, Saji, I have my developer with me right now on the phone. She's Shali.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Saji, just wanted to know about the website that you want to develop. You want a cash cab like a TV show that will be based on the water instead of cab.
Yeah, it's that's just one part of the big picture. And
Okay.
did you read the text from yesterday's email?
Yes, we read that.
Okay, so did you see the newspaper article?
The link which you sent us, that was going to one of the websites login page.
Oh,
I think there was some error in that link.
it wouldn't let you in? It wouldn't show you the newspaper article?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, what's important here is that the government has some money to give away, and the maximum amount is 400,000, and out of that 400,000, I have to account for uh, an additional 25% above that, which I have, because I've got that much invested in this over the past 10 years. And
Okay.
the project has to be non-profit, not for government. And I want to go one more step. I want to be non-corporate. Because if I can stay non-corporate, then I don't have to start a corporation up to get this project going. And I think it's important to get the message out, because I'm doing a documentary about the whole exercise. Now, the boat, let's give it a working title. You could call it Cash Boat if you want, or we could just go straight to the source and call it Solar Boat. And treat solar as a metaphor. Now, I think it's kind of interesting the way all this came together, because the person that wrote the song Solar Boat, he recorded it just before he died. He was the piano player in the band called The Doors, whose lead singer was Jim Morrison. Now, he gave permission to use this song, and the song lyrics gets into a tour, which is interesting because the other side to this, I guess you could call it, Solar Boat game show, is that it started in 1943 during the war, where the Canadian government went on tour with a variety entertainment show using military. And after the war, 1945, they put together a movie about it, and they continued their tour to the United Kingdom and to Europe, etc. Now, my solar boat is going to be a tour as well. Every spot that I hit across Canada, starting in Vancouver in the spring. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got disconnected. Got disconnected. Got disconnected. Darn it. All right, what do we do now? I'm not sure. But we are far away. We are a long way away. Oh dear. So I'll just stop the recording right. There he is. Hello. Hello. I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Hello.
It's okay,
I'm
idiot. It's
sorry.
okay.
I am also not aware how did phone got disconnected.
All right. Where did we end off? Hello.
Yeah.
Where did we end? Where did we get this?
It was the World War II after 1945.
Okay, the 1945. All right. That they made a movie about this tour, and it's called Meet the Navy 1946. And if you want to see it, it's on YouTube under Meet the Navy 1946 Sergei Romanov. You'll see it on YouTube. Anyway, and I've done little mini documentaries about it. And anyway, Solar Boat, the game show, Solar Boat. What is Solar Boat going to establish? Well, we're going to try to save some lives. That's the number one thing. And how we're going to do that? Well, we're going to show what the problem is with questions and answers. Now, because it's a boat, we also have the Meet the Navy questions and answers. We're going to get into the biography of Meet the Navy through the game show. So we have to get into how are we going to save lives, first of all. See, the government wants to save some lives, and they're ready to put up $400,000 if we, now I'm saying we because if you're going to take this on, you're going to be a co-producer. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, can you handle something with this amount of scope?
What's that? Sorry, Sachi, can you come again?
Go ahead.
Yes, can you please come again what you were saying?
Yes, can you handle a project with the size of scope that this project has? Like
Yes, yes, Saji, we have read the project and it was something where we were, we were wanting to know about what is basically, see, we understood the point where the solar boat is like a cash cab, but it is on the water.
That's right.
Like a cash cab was, on the streets, and it was something, it will be on the water. So probably that was a TV game show, and we totally understood the model, what you wanted to say, and government will be funding it for $400,000.
Yes.
But it is something where how do you want to portray this model, to the public? It should be through website, it should be through app, it should be through online promotion. So how do you want to portray it? We just wanted to know that.
Well, the website is going to have the game installed on it. You can play the game online or you can play it offline. And don't forget that the game show is going to be on tour. It's going to be going to all the marine locations across Canada so that we have exposure. Because before the game show starts on tour, the game show is going to be promoted with little video vignettes and public service announcements. Because we are actually going to start a campaign to reduce the amount of deaths on the water because of alcohol. Now, we're going to get into a different way of approaching the problem. Going to approach the problem through moderation and education. In other words, not just know and pass on the fear of guilt, but show people how to moderate themselves. In other words, how do we get people to stop abusing alcohol. You see, we have laws that state that you can have 0.08% maximum alcohol limit in your blood legally. So you can operate a motor vehicle with amounts up to 0.08. It's when you go after 0.08 that you're breaking the law. You're breaking the law. Okay?
Right.
Now, 0.08 is 1 beer an hour. Now, in North America here, people go to the water to get away from their troubles. And they're under a lot of pressure with their friends because they always use excessive amounts of alcohol on their trips. And there should be a captain in charge of that vehicle that knows what his limitations are. The passengers of that vehicle, that's a gray area. They're free to get as drunk as they want. And it will always be that way. It'll always be that way. Now, there's other sides to this alcohol problem when it comes to mariner activity. You know, people that work for the Navy or people that work for the Merchant Marine. People in that industry have always used alcohol for survival, and not just physical survival, mental survival, because their alcohol seems to be the quickest way of handling stress, and which is a whole different story as to the North American reason for people excessing in alcohol. Okay, so anyway, you can see that I've got a lot of material to go over in this game show on the subject of alcohol. There's a lot of material. Now, the second thing that the game show is going to have to do is to get into the rules and regulations of the water. Now you're Mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The rules and regulations of the water are international, Mark. Not just North America. They're the same in North America as they are in India, as they are in Australia, as they are in Alaska. Everywhere around the world, the international rules of the water are the same. And guess what? They're the same above the water and they're the same below the water. Now, above the water also includes, guess what? Outer space. Guess who's going to Mars by 2024? Guess who's going to Mars by 2024? Guess who? You want to take a guess at it?
No.
His name's Elon Musk. He's a billionaire.
Okay.
He owns the Tesla electric car company. All right. So, first rules of questioning, the alcohol. Second rules of questioning, rules and regulations. The third rule of questions and answers is Mars preparation.
What preparation?
Mars.
Okay.
Mars. You see, as our technology adapts itself to be able to survive on Mars, we will uncover technologies that have been squelched by corporates and corporations. There's a lot of fantastic inventions out there that have not been allowed to be marketed. They've been squelched, put on the shelves. Give you an example? How about the 200 mile to the gallon carburetor? That's one. How about the existence of UFOs? That's two. All that thing. It's a very sensitive issue. But as we evolve for getting ready for this trip, we're going to find that, okay, we're going to start converting our cars to electric. Yes, and why is that so difficult to do right now? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But I'm going to need some of my budget to get going on the hybridization, the electric hybridization of the travel vehicle, which just happens to be a 38-year-old motorhome that was used in the movie Stripes and Anchorman 2. It's the GMC, front-wheel drive,
Yeah.
old motorhome, futuristic, streamlined design. I want to turn one of those into a hybrid, and I'm also going to go for an award for being the first. It will also have 2 kilowatts of solar power on the roof, this motorhome. Now, I'm going to need this electric power to improve my fuel economy so that I can go around, so I can do this world tour on very little fuel. That's another thing that I want to accomplish. Now, who's going to host this thing? Well, that's where you have to see the newspaper article to explain that